Welcome to Books for Success. Today, we're unraveling the insights from The Porn Trap by Wendy Maltz and Larry Maltz. The Porn Trap, 2010, is your guide to understanding the powerful grasp that porn can have on people's lives and how to escape it. Drawing from actual cases, it outlines what porn addiction is and the natural consequences it has had. Then, it provides 6 steps for those who have an addiction to take back control of their lives. Who's it for? People struggling with their relationship with porn. Anyone who suspects their partner has a porn addiction. Counselors, therapists, and supporters for people with porn addictions. If you find our content valuable, like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Don't be shy about dropping your book suggestions for us to summarize. Let's grow and succeed together. What's in it for me? Escaping the Porn Trap. In 1964, Potter Stewart, then Supreme Justice, was asked what his definition of obscenities was. His response: "I can't define it, but I know it when I see it." When we talk about pornography addiction, it isn't helpful to discuss universal lines between what is porn and what isn't. What we consider porn can be different between people. Porn is porn because of how you respond to it. In other words, it's porn if you think it's porn. In the 90s, sex therapists started to see an increase in the number of people seeking treatment for porn addiction. These people's porn use was crossing the line from pleasure activity to compulsion, and it was impacting the quality of their lives and relationships. As the internet moved pornography away from seedy video stores and into the privacy of our homes, the problem of porn addiction seemed to skyrocket. But as with many sexual topics, porn remains taboo, and many porn users struggle to get help or even recognize the issues that their addictions are causing. We're going to look at what porn is, why it's addictive, and what harm it can cause. We'll share stories from real people and give you 6 steps to recovery based on the success stories of former addicts. If porn has started to affect you or your loved one's life, careers, or relationships, these are the strategies you need to break out of the porn trap. Some of the content in this summary could potentially be triggering. Although it might seem simple, funny, or gross to talk about overcoming a porn addiction, it can be tough for a user to give up porn. To help understand why, let's start by looking at what a porn addiction is. The hidden power of porn. When we refer to porn, we're talking about any explicit material that is used as a sexual outlet. It could be images, video, audio, or written word. That means it's pretty variable between people. Maybe the question we should ask isn't, what is porn, but what does porn do? Simply put, porn stimulates the sexual organs of the user through visual or audio input. It turns you on. That seems straightforward. But let's look closer at the physiology of that reaction in the context of addiction. Neurologically, there's no difference between seeing pornography and seeing sex acts in person. As far as your sexual arousal system goes, you're there. Often, it doesn't even matter if you don't like what you see consciously. If you're viewing sexual acts, your body is likely to become aroused automatically. Some of those physiological changes seem obvious. For men, it's an erection. For women, it's vaginal lubrication. Your heart beats faster. Your breath becomes shallow. You are turned on. What we think about less is what's going on in your brain. Porn, along with other sexual stimulants, actually changes your brain chemistry. Dopamine spikes, and you get an incredible rush that researchers compare to addictive drugs. Other feel-good chemicals, such as adrenaline, serotonin, and testosterone, are released. This is one of the reasons why porn addiction is so destructive and so difficult to shake. You might have been thinking, how can someone become addicted to porn? It's external. You're just looking at something. But the experience of porn is internal, and chronic use of porn can be just as addictive as any drug. The trigger might be different, but the response is surprisingly similar. What's more, porn has social and habitual aspects that increase this addiction. Since porn is so accessible, especially with the internet, it has an element to it that mimics the psychology of slot machines. For some, clicking through porn to find the right porn can be as stimulating as the porn itself. Online pornography has an intermittent reward system that is one of the most potent methods for shaping addiction behaviors. Porn might make the user feel powerful or in control. It could be a tool for exploring sexuality. A user might be introduced to porn by friends or family and therefore associate it with a social activity. Some people use porn to cope with stress or as an escape from real life. The chemical rush from porn can distract you from harmful things in your life and make you feel good, albeit temporarily. It's easy for people to shrug off porn addiction as a non-serious issue. But the problems that porn addicts face are very real and can cause real harm. Let's take a look at some of the consequences of an addictive relationship with porn. When porn becomes a problem. As we've just seen, porn addiction is a chemical experience as well as a sensory one. People who are addicted to porn find that the habit is difficult to identify, difficult to acknowledge, and difficult to break. Let's look at some of the major consequences that sex therapists observe as a relationship with porn becomes a full addiction. Addicts often become isolated from the people in their lives. Watching porn is almost always done alone, so you might find an addict physically withdrawing from social interactions or romantic relationships. Addicts are often compelled to lie about what they are doing. You're not likely to tell your friends or family that you missed dinner because you were masturbating to porn. This isolates the user even further, as addicts try to compartmentalize porn from their real life. Porn users can begin to neglect important areas of their lives, including work, friends, or household tasks. The allure of porn and the dopamine high can become more attractive and more immediately rewarding than everyday life. One user, Corey, describes ignoring his work and career. He fell behind on projects, and his job as a computer developer suffered. Later, Corey regretted the amount of time he spent on porn instead of things that might have improved his skills. He felt a step behind his peers. For others, it was family obligations that suffered. Marie was a single mother who got into porn after her husband died as a way to cope with the loss. She realized that in her effort to find time alone and to relieve her own pain, she was neglecting her relationship with her 2 daughters. They had lost one parent to asthma, and now, they were losing another to porn. Addicts also find themselves irritated and depressed when they aren't using porn. The reason for this is twofold. First, the chemical release that porn users experience during a session results in a drop, after the fact, as your body struggles to replace the hormones it's used up. Like drugs, porn users will experience withdrawals if they don't get their fix. The second reason is the social aspect of porn use. Social isolation from porn can impact mental health, and getting caught can lead to personal conflicts and significant stress. Some might feel guilty if the porn they have used doesn't agree with their morality or faith. That cognitive dissonance can be incredibly difficult to cope with. Porn in the real world. Porn doesn't just shift your priorities but also your perspective on the world. Many porn users report what researchers call pornifying non-sexual aspects of their lives. They might fantasize about people that they see every day and find that they can't switch off sexual thoughts. When Marie's addiction was at its worst, she found herself sexualizing everyone she met in real life. Even in church, she caught herself wondering what practitioners would look like in sexual situations. These thoughts were automatic and happened no matter how inappropriate. On the flip side, porn users often find it difficult to perform sexuality in a situation that isn't consistent with porn. A great deal of porn users reported that sex with a partner was no longer sexually stimulating unless they focused on images they'd seen in porn. For people in a relationship with someone who has a porn addiction, they can feel the need to compete with these imagined subjects. Unfortunately, things can get even more damaging than this. A group of researchers spoke to several men who had been arrested for possession of child pornography. Many of them were originally disgusted at the idea of sexualizing children, but as their relationship with porn deepened, they needed more and more illicit material to get the same high. Tom turned himself into the police after molesting his 12-year-old stepsister. He said, "It was like I got tunnel vision and just went into the same state I did when I used porn, in which none of my surroundings seemed to be there. I was being sexual and gratifying myself and thinking only of myself." This is one way in which, as porn addiction worsens, it can start to be harmful to the people around the user as well as the user themselves. Because the addict might believe that they can keep porn separate from their life, they may not recognize how bad they are getting until they act out in ways that can destroy their own lives and those of others. Porn is not separate from reality, and the effects that porn addiction can have are very real. Porn can normalize things like sexual violence, harassment, objectification of women, self-gratifying sexual experiences, and illegal sexual acts. But porn is not an excuse, and it doesn't remove responsibility over your actions. You are in control, and there are ways to address your porn addiction before it gets that far. 6 steps to take back control. Some people use porn casually and never have a problem. Some people are drawn into the porn trap and struggle to escape. The difference between these two groups can be as simple as access to porn, the user's image of themselves, their emotional relationships, or the security they feel in their sexuality. Luckily, there are things that porn addicts can do to take back control of their lives. Step 1 is telling someone else about your porn problem. Disclosing a porn addiction is never easy. Worrying about what people will think is natural. But by taking this first step, you are voluntarily stepping out of the cycle of secrecy and shame that porn addiction fosters. For most porn users, this uncomfortable first conversation was a game changer. Kevin was on a fishing trip with 2 good friends when he first disclosed his porn addiction. He was surprised at how much support he received. Find someone who you trust to be confidential, and let them know you want to change. The second step is to get involved in a treatment program. This can include individual counseling, couples counseling, therapist-run groups, faith-based recovery groups, residential treatment programs, or special intensive programs. The idea of going to a therapist or sex addiction group might be unnerving, but seeking professional help means you always have someone in your corner who understands what you're going through. The third step is creating a porn-free environment. You want to remove everything that constitutes porn for you. Easy access to porn can be the biggest cause of relapse, so throw out the magazines and clear your hard drive. This might be more difficult than you'd think, especially if you've been collecting for a while. Even more difficult is keeping porn out once you've removed it from your life. You will need to be vigilant. Consider installing family-safe web blockers. Be conscious of what you respond to as porn, and remove yourself from situations that trigger that response. Step 4 is establishing 24-hour accountability and support. Therapists, friends, partners or people you meet through programs can all help you deal with triggers that make you want to use porn. Learn to recognize what your triggers look like, and reach out as early into a relapse as possible. As you recover, you'll need to focus on your physical and emotional health too. This is step 5. Quitting porn can be exhausting and stressful. Remember, porn is a chemical addiction as much as a behavioral one. You might suffer from insomnia or find yourself irritable. Focus on improving your physical health, sleep schedule, diet, and stress management. Don't be afraid to consult a healthcare professional for tips. Finally, step 6. Start to heal your sexuality. If you have suffered from a porn addiction, you will probably struggle with distorted sexual habits and behaviors. You are going to need to make an active effort to develop a healthy and fulfilling understanding of sex. This can be with a partner or even involve self-pleasuring. However, you should work on forming new sexual values and behaviors away from pornography. Now, for many, the hardest thing will be to start. So, let's take a look at that next. Keeping motivated. If you suspect that your relationship with porn is detrimental to your life, remember that help is out there. By following the 6-step method, Wendy and Larry Maltz have helped hundreds of addicts to cut porn out and get their lives back. The important thing to remember is that change has to come from within. When the pressure to quit comes from someone else, efforts to quit often fail. An addict has to want to change, no matter how painful the situation is for the people who care about them. If you are an addict, or you suspect that porn is becoming addictive for you, you have to start by acknowledging that porn causes you problems. You need to identify specific issues in your life that are associated with porn use now or in the past. Sit down and ask yourself about the repercussions of your porn use. What problems has it caused? Has porn changed you in ways you don't like? Does it impact people around you? What will happen in the future if you continue to use it? Identify the most important things to you and your goals in life. What do you want to achieve? Who is the most important person to you? Who do you want to be? Quitting porn can be scary, but by unpacking some of that fear, you can identify why you might be resisting change. Are you afraid of being lonely? Feeling less of a man? Being rejected if you talk to others about your issue? Write the answers down and keep them with you. Revise them regularly. Think about the impact that a porn addiction has on each answer. This will help keep you motivated and remind you why you committed to change. Final summary. Porn addiction is a serious problem, but there are ways to help. Whether you want to quit porn because it conflicts with your faith, you feel isolated and not in control, or you just want to build a healthier life away from porn, The Porn Trap by Wendy and Larry Maltz is a great resource. We've looked at why porn is addictive and how it can develop into something harmful to both the user and the people around them. If you found yourself caught in the porn trap, it might be time to take control with the 6 action steps we've outlined. Tell someone you're struggling and get professional help. Create a porn-free environment, and reach out to your support network at the first sign of trouble. Overcoming addiction is about working on yourself, so take care of your physical health as well. As you address your porn addiction, you have the opportunity to develop new, healthy sexual attitudes and behaviors. Only you can be responsible for your own recovery. Porn can be harmless and fun, but it can also ruin lives. If your porn use has become a porn habit, it's time to think about the real impact it might be having. But with the strategies we've been learning, you can escape the porn trap once and for all. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. If you've enjoyed our summary, consider reading the full book for a more in-depth exploration. Before you go, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and share this video with someone who could benefit from these insights. Until next time, keep reading, keep learning, and keep growing.